What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of All Around Boxing TV. My name is Johnny, and today I'll be giving you my review on the OG boxing event that just happened here at the Glendale Civic Center. So let's get after it. OG Boxing Promotion. So if you guys don't know who that is a local promotional company here in Phoenix, Arizona. The promoter's name is Fidel Hernandez, and if you don't know who he is, he's a local legend here in Arizona. His record is 20 wins with 8 KO or with 8 losses. His alias is OG. He fought in the super middleweight division, and he's just been around for a long time, man. Fought until just recently. He in 2019, it was his last fight, but now he's a promoter. Now he's trying to get these Arizona boxing or these Arizona boxers that are up and coming and giving them a platform. So shout out to Fidel for becoming a promoter and also giving these fighters a platform to showcase their skills. Now let's talk about the event, because this is event number 2 for Fidel and the OG boxing team, and it was my first event there, and I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts about it, and also just my thoughts on the fights that went around. Now there's supposed to be 8 fights, and of course, like every other promoter that might feel this, 4 fights fell off, and even the main event, which was Adrian Servine, aka Sharky. I guess his opponent didn't want to fight him, and I guess that's just part of the game. I feel bad for Sharky because I know he's been training really hard, and also he just got a loss, recently, and I'm sure he wanted to get that feeling of getting a W. But it is what it is. I talked to him after the fight. The interview's gonna be up soon after this video. I'll do some edits. So yeah, man. Shout out for Sharky, man. If you're hearing this, man, keep doing your thing and keep working hard. So the 4 fights that went down, I'll go down one by one, giving you the breakdown of each fight. So the first fight was Anthony J. Simon versus Kendrick Watkins, and that fight. So I'll give you my my thoughts on that. So Anthony J. Simon, it was his pro debut. He's 26. He's 5'10". He's fighting out of Scottsdale, Arizona. And it was his first fight, and he fought like it's his first fight. He was fighting Kendrick Watkins, which he is 5'9". He is fighting out of Chicago, and he's a very strong, athletic guy. And he showed it in the fight. And basically the way that fight went was Kendrick Watkins just imposed his will to against Anthony J. Simon, and Anthony J. Simon just had those first fight, kind of. He didn't get to shake off those first fight feels, that Kendrick Watkins just hit him with a nice couple shots, and I think that made Anthony realize, hey, this is the fight game. You're going to get hit in the face pretty hard against some pretty heavy punchers that you probably never fought before. And yeah, so from the first round to when it ended, which it ended in a TKO, Kendrick Watkins just imposed his will. Just very athletic, went after him. Nice power shots. This fight didn't have no too technical boxing to it, but it was a victory for Kendrick Watkins, and that's all that matters. I talked to his team; they're really happy from his performance. There's a lot of things he needs to work on, if I'm being honest with Kendrick, and that's just it was his. I want to believe his second fight, or his pro debut as well, and he just needs to tweak up some things. And for Anthony, man, he just needs to fight more, man. He needs to fight more. Needs to probably spar a little more, spar a little bit more of heavier people, people that are bigger than him. Just because in that division that he's in, he's gonna face some pretty big people. They're gonna do some weight cuts. So That was the first fight. So the second fight was Benjamin Gomez versus John Moraga. Now this one was interesting because ended kind of weird, but let's just talk about each fighter. So Benjamin Gomez, he's 25 years old. He is 5'8". He is from Mexico City, but he lives here in Phoenix, Arizona. So he's fighting out of Mexico City, but he lives here in Phoenix. So he's kind of an Arizonian because he was brought here when he was a kid. I talked to him a little bit. John Moraga, I mean, you guys know John Moraga. He's a UFC MMA legend. He's 2-3. Now he's 2-4, and so kind of spoiler alert, he lost. But he's 37 years old. He's 5'7". And you know what, John? I want to give you this fun fact, and you get a kick out of this. You're number 87th out of 152 ranked in the United States. So, didn't know if you know that, but now you don't. I was looking at the box rec, and you're ranked number 87, man. I think that's pretty cool in the box because you're an MMA fighter, so they have you ranked, right there. So, let's talk about the fight. Benjamin Gomez. I guess first I want to talk about John Moraga because John Moraga, he looked very well in this fight. He looked like a boxer. And John Moraga is a MMA fighter. He actually boxed really well. And for Benjamin Gomez, man, he was headhunting. He was looking for that one shot, one punch knockout. And even though Benjamin won, if I'm gonna be really honest with Benjamin and John, is I scored the fight for John Moraga, and I scored it 3-4. Because John he boxed him. He outboxed Benjamin Gomez, and you could say Benjamin Gomez, he landed the more effective punches, but they just weren't enough, in my opinion, to take the fight. But John Moraga looked really well, man, and I don't think he should really pay attention that he got a loss because his performance was phenomenal. In the stage of where he's at in the boxing. In his boxing career. I mean, he's 2-4. I mean, he should be 3-3, but it is what it is. And to Benjamin Gomez, man, he needs to tweak up a little things. He was like I said, he was looking for that one shot knockout too early, and just he didn't stick to his game plan. I think it was a second pro fight, so I think he just wanted to get knockout, and I don't think he really listened to his coaches in the corner like he should have. So he just made a rookie mistake. There's no doubt in my mind that Benjamin Gomez, especially with his trainer that he has, he's going to make a lot of adjustments. So he just needs to go back to the drawing board. He got the W, and that's important, right? But I think in his next fight, he really needs to he needs to win clearly, just because there's this whole stigma of, Benjamin Gomez didn't win this fight type of deal. So I think he needs to get a strong win in his next fight to kind of forget this John Moraga win that people say that he lost. And at the end, it was kind of weird. The announcer announced the winner, but she didn't have the correct the judges' scorecards, so that it was just really, really odd. And I'm just pointing out what I see. After the fight, I ran up to John Moraga, and he was upset. I said, "Hey, man, you should go ask him because the ring announcer didn't. She didn't read the judge's scorecard. Weird. Like I said, I'm just kind of pointing out what happened. I mean, I'm not the only one that saw it, so and heard it. There's many fans there, and many of John Moraga's, corner, they know about it. So it was odd. But that was fight number 2. Let's talk about fight number 3. Now, fight number 3 was a women's bout. It was against Alexis Martinez versus D Perkins. Her real name is Dialika, but she likes to go by D. And I didn't know anything about Alexis Martinez. Did some research on her. She was a part of this fight. She was 0-3. She's 26 years old. She's 4'11", and she's fighting out of Salinas, California. And this is kind of to all the women that want to go into boxing, and just to make you realize how women boxers, how much more women boxers are needed. Is she's ranked number 2 out of 4 out of in her division, which is the Atom division. That's pretty crazy. That there's only 4 people in the United States that are fighting in the Atom division in the women's boxing. So if you're a girl, you want to fight in the Adams division, hey, you could be ranked number 5 real soon. She was fighting D Perkins, and D Perkins was 0-1. Now this is pretty crazy. D Perkins is 40 years old, and she's boxing. She's 5'2". She's fighting out of Chicago, Illinois, and she put on a great show. She was obviously the more superior boxer. Alexis Martinez, she still has a lot to grow, and you could tell that she wants to learn, but D was just a better fighter. Just overall, she was quicker, threw the punches more proper, straighter, and that's why she TKO'd Alexis. And D just put on a great performance, man, and her team, same team for Kendrick Watkins, man. They came to Arizona and they left 2-0. Kendrick Watkins won and D Perkins won. So hey, they came over here to Arizona. They beat our fighters fair and square. Hey, nothing but mad respect to that team and to Kendrick Watkins and D Perkins. So let's talk about the main event. Now, the main event was against Maximus Castro versus Michael Quixola, and this was easy fight for Maximus Castro, a super easy fight. Maximus Castro, he's part of this fight he was 2-2, and now he's 3-2. He's actually trained by Roberto Alcazar, and we all know who that is, the old trainer for Oscar de la Hoya in Arizona. He was the old trainer for Pancho de Vaca and all these other fighters, and he's actually training a lot of fighters in Arizona, and he's fighting Moreno from he's training Moreno from Las Vegas. So he has a good team behind him. Maximus does, and he was fighting Michael Quixola. Now, like I said, the Maximus Castro doesn't have. It's not his fault that he fought a guy that was 4-31 and now is 4-32. Michael, I mean, he just should stop fighting. And I'm only saying that because he's 4-32 now, guys. He's fighting out of California. He's 27 years old. He's really young, man. And I mean, with the record of 4-32, he really needs to consider his career, right? Because you could really get hurt. Especially could have got really hurt with Maximus, because Maximus was throwing bombs to the body, bombs to the head. And I'll give this to Michael. He knows how to survive. He knows how to fight. He's kind of like a squirmy dude. Like, he knows like how to use his body to avoid punches. I was kind of impressed with a guy that's 4-32, how he knew how to survive. He knows how to survive until he can't take it no more. It's kind of weirdly amazing to see a guy that's, again, 4-32 just know he's gonna lose the fight, but he just needs to, he's saying, I just gotta survive. I gotta survive as long as I can, and hopefully not get hurt. So to Michael, man, if you're listening to this, just really consider, man, if it's worth it, fighting at 4-32, man. Maybe if you were 15 and whatever your losses would be then, or 20 and 12, yeah, man, I would say, man, keep on going. But man, I would just hate to see a 27-year-old with a 4-32 record get really hurt. Because, like I said, Maximus was throwing some bombs, but luckily Michael just knows how to avoid and stay alive. Um, but that was the main event, guys. Maximus Castro, man, he did his thing. He did what the main event was supposed to do, which is get a knockout and make the fans happy. So, guys, my overall thought on OG Boxing Round 2 event is it definitely needs, and I want to say this because Fidel might be watching this. Fidel, I hope you're taking whatever I say as constructive criticism and not me bashing on your event, because it was a decent event. I'll be really honest with you. It looked nice. First off, boxing promoters. Look at this. This is called a fight card. OG Boxing Promotions provided a fight card. Thank you. You know how hard it is, and how many times in an event do fans wonder what fight's next? Most of them are just there because of a family friend, and maybe they're there to support the main event, so they don't know what fights 1, 2, and 3 are, but they want to know, and they want to know what's next. So OG Boxing Promotions, great job on that. I'm gonna give you guys a compliment. You guys provided a fight card. I think all boxing promotions in Arizona should provide a fight card. I don't care if it's a little paper cheap one. I mean, this one was pretty solid. Look at this one was. You could hear it. It was solid. Maybe it doesn't have to be that solid if you guys want to save money, but please provide a fight card. People want it. I want it, and it's just it's good little something to have, right? Something to give the fans that are paying what $10-15 for the fight, $40 for the fight. A little memory. But so I'll start off with a compliment, but there needs to be a little bit more finesse in the OG Boxing Promotions event. I'll start with, yeah, you can't control what happens with fighters, right? But I thought the event started at 5. It actually started at 7. 4 fights fell out. So I don't know how OG Boxing Promotions can control that a little bit more, but that should be pointed out. And also, I would say, Fidel, just be careful too with allowing like a fighter that's 4-32 fight a really dangerous up and coming fighter of Maximus Castro. And I won't go deep in that, but you know what I'm talking about. Before the fight, how he looked in the back. So just be careful. Obviously you lost 4 fights. The last fight was Maximus Castro and Michael Quixola, which he's 4-32. So I'll just point that out. The way it looked pretty. It looked nice. The arena. I mean, I would say this too. These little venues like Glendale Civic Center, and any little conference room, those are so underrated. Like, for an OG Boxing Promotions to do an event there, so smart. For Thunderbolt that did that earlier this year, that went there at the Glendale, so smart, because it compacts people and it makes it look busy, and it's really loud, and I feel like fans enjoy a little bit more cozy environment than a big arena or a celebrity theater. Especially if you're not like an Iron Boy, you don't have to do a really big theater. You could get away with a Glendale Civic Center because people are gonna go there because it's downtown Glendale, and people are gonna go there and have a good time afterwards. So The only thing I would say, or one more thing I would say about OG Box Promotions is, I did like that they had the toy drive there. I like that Fidel likes to give back to the community. So there was some, there was good. There was more good in the event, but like I said, it's just, I think Fidel's still learning as a promoter. He's still learning as a businessman as well, and it's his second fight. There's some room for criticism, and it's constructive criticism. I only want to see OG boxing promotions get better. I only want them to see them get grow as a promotional company, because as they grow, our Arizona fighters grow, because the more promoters we have, the more opportunities these boxers have to showcase their skill. So shout out to OG Boxing Promotions for even existing. I hope they continue to exist, and they just got to tweak up a couple things, and they just have to, just put a little bit more finesse in there, and just tweak up a little things. That's all I'd say. So guys, there is my review on the fights and also the event of the OG Boxing Promotions Round 2 event at the Glendale Civic Centers. I hope you guys like it. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. And you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. And I'll see you guys on the next episode of All Around Boxing TV.